So, Crash Bandicoot came to existence by means of rabbits? I don't see the connection here, but then again, what do I know? I'm just the one playing the game here. Anyways, as you can see here on the title screen, I will be playing Crash of the Titans, which is by no means a play on the movie Clash of the Titans. Okay, never mind, it is. This game came out on multiple platforms back in October of 2007 in North America, Europe, and Australia. Unfortunately, it didn't come out in Japan. Sorry, Japan. It had releases on multiple platforms, including the PS2, the Wii, the 360, the PSP, the DS, the Game Boy Advance, and even on mobile phones as well. I will be playing the 360 version, although the only version I played prior to playing this game was on the Wii version, so this may be a little bit different, but we'll see how it goes. This is the 6th installment of the series, the Crash Bandicoot series, that is, and this is a game I've actually had my eye on playing for quite some time here. While I've played the first 3 games for the PlayStation, I actually have not at any point in time owned a PlayStation in my life, so I never really got to complete these games from start to finish. This one happens to be the first one I've done, so I'm happy to get a chance to play it. I understand it's received a lot of different critics from or different reviews, I believe, from critics and fans alike. I know while it still follows the linear games from the first Crash Bandicoot, it has things that are different from the past couple of games that made people not like it as much, such as it being a short game. It's a little bit repetitive, the gameplay is, but I'll get into that once we get started. But despite all of this negative reception, I still love the game. I love this platformers. I love the series in general, so hopefully while I play through this I can point out some of the funny moments. So I just finished creating my profile name, which I'll use HB3. You see here we can choose 1 or 3 different difficulties: easy, normal, or hard. They are varying in difficulty depending on which one you choose. If you choose the hard one, I believe you unlock something at the end, if I'm not mistaken. But we'll get to that when we get to that. So put it on hard, wait for the hard drive to pick it up, and load it. As soon as we get started, which we'll create our profile and file one. I have a test file here that I started a while back just to make sure things are well, but we'll use this file and get underway. Now, I believe we have a cutscene opening up with this first episode. There's 20 episodes here, or levels, and this one beginning here is called A New Hop.
Episode 1. And
I don't really plan on talking through most of these cutscenes, so I'll listen in and we'll see what these characters have to say.
Crash! Help me get this gizmo working! At long last, the world will have a way to recycle butter! Hey, that was a good one! Okay, hand me the transpalooper. The purple thingy. Ah!
Is this thing on? Yeah? Ha ha! I'm back, babies! Surrender to Cortex!
Mika, sucker!
Hey, genius, I can't actually hear you. I'm really far away, and I'm flying like a hovercraft or something.
I will deal with them. I have been fighting evil for many centuries. What? You don't even got a body!
Help! Crash! Help! No.
I'm off to do bad things! Ta-ta!
I'm just gonna stay here a while.
That was a nice shot by Crash.
To walk or run, simply move the left stick. To jump, press the A button. Press the A button again while in the air to perform a double jump.
Alright, so now we've got control of Crash. You can see here this level to start off with. This is pretty wide open here for this being on Wampa Island, but we don't really have much to do to begin with. I'll be talking about the different controls as we go along, but as you can see here right now, I'm just bashing different plants and bushes and whatnot. There's different items that I'll be getting into here in a moment, but just so you can see here, Crash isn't wearing gloves this time around, so he's got a completely different makeover, which I'm sure a lot of people have been a little bit turned off by how he looks, but I personally like how these new the characters look. I think, although I have to admit it is weird seeing Crunch a little bit slender, because I usually think of him as a little bit, I don't know, I guess a little bit more buffed up than what he looks. So I don't know what else to say in that regards. But anyways, before we start out, there's one funny cutscene I want to show you all. If you go inside the Bandicoot's house, if I can do that, push B, we'll go inside. It'll trigger a funny cutscene. And if you recognize what that sound is, then you'll know exactly what Crash is doing in there. Okay, anyways, and then also one last time before we go and head out. What you'll realize about this game is that these characters have a lot of different lines of dialogue. There's apparently over 7,000 lines of dialogue in this game, and so if you were to say hit Crunch a bunch of times, you'd probably get a bunch of different interaction or different things that he says.
Now you're just making me mad.
So,
that's absolutely crazy.
so, and you also realize that this game really relies on the dialogue to keep it interesting, because this game in these next several games of Crash Bandicoot, they really play on the pop culture that exists today. So that was another thing that I think is really cool, is that if you listen enough to some of the different things that are said, they will make references that you will recognize. But going forward, so you see here we're attacking. We have, rather than spinning to begin with, Crash has a pretty simple attack combo. And right now we're collecting with these blue orbs. You'll see here in a moment as we look at this first stone tablet. What we're collecting here is Mojo, which are these little blue orbs. They're the essence of life itself. And they are vital to this game. It's the first part of what makes this game, or as far as the gameplay goes, what you're doing here. A lot of it's going to involve collecting Mojo. Any chance you can, collect it, because it will give you an opportunity to win a lot of different unlockables, or unlock a number of different items, such as abilities for Crash, different kinds of hits, and you get, I believe, 10, was it 10 Mojos, or like one orb you collect, I think it counts for a 10, and if you collect, I believe it's 25,000, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, 25,000 pieces of Mojo, you will get an extra life. And yes, there are lives in this game. As you look here, as we're on top of what is Coco's house, I forgot exactly why she moved out. There is a reason behind that, but I don't remember off the top of my head why it is. But if you look on the center of our screen, you can see there's a Mojo tracker that lets you know how much Mojo we have. Also, we have a health tracker that keeps track of Crash's health. What you just saw there is Wampa Fruit. You can collect that and restore your health if you've taken hits. Unlike the previous Crash games, since we don't have Aku Aku right now, and not that it makes a huge difference at the beginning, but you know how in the old games you only, if you don't have Aku Aku, if you die, or you die after you, I believe it's taking a hit once, well, now you have a full health bar to work with. So that I thought was pretty cool to add on. So now as we're going on, I believe we're getting close, and you guys can hear a conversation going on in the background. We are going to be counting our first enemies, and you can see they're talking about what bandicoots are, because apparently one of them doesn't know. But let's listen for a quick moment. But no, I think it's cool that these minions have a different kind of, or they're able to converse with one another. But here you see, to begin with the game, we have what's called, these are ratnicians. They're one of, I believe, 5 different minions in this game, and they are, I believe, Cortex's henchmen. Each antagonist we'll meet in this game has their own henchman. You saw there when I was beating up on him, there's a combo meter that keeps track of the number of hits Crash has. That will be important, as I'll explain later on. And then there's also a minion tracker that will keep track of how many minions you defeated. In this case, the Ratnicians, how many you've defeated them. So as we take a look at this next stone tablet,
Come on, Crash.
talks about the air jump.
With the A button. Then press the A button again while in the air to do an air jump.
And what I like about this beginning level is that Aku Aku is the one doing the tutorial, but the question I have is, why is he still talking when he's the one who's been captured to begin with? Alright, so now as we get through this next area, we've got a bunch of Ratnicians around, and I want to try to gather them around so we can try to combo as many of them as we can. If we can, alright, there you go. You want to try to string as many combos as you can, because if you do, you will get what's called a combo king, which is essentially vital, because you want to you're going to be looking to want to do a couple of different things to win a level idol, which will essentially be what tracks how well you did on a level. What you saw just before then, that was we just unlocked a new move, I believe. Let me check real fast and see what it is. That's not the right button. Yeah, here we go. The Norris Roundhouse. This is basically, now we've got one more attack added to our combo. We had 2, now we have 3, or I believe now 4 hits to work with. So now we can put together longer combos. And like I said, as we collect Mojo, we will be unlocking new features throughout this game. But yeah, Mojo is collecting is going to be a good vital part, but I'm going to try to not do a whole lot of grinding as much as I can. I want to try to get every single unlockable that I can before we get to the very end, but I can always get some more off screen if I absolutely need to. So at least keep things moving and not be too crazy, but you can see they give you lots of chances to collect Mojo, so get used to hearing this sound a lot, because you will hear it. And just a little bit of a side note from where we were, that is a good place to trigger a combo. I'll call that a combo hotspot, so whenever we come across those, I will let you all know.
Landing on a mushroom to go really, really high.
So now we have the move we can do called the Bouncy Bouncy, which is just taking advantage of the mushrooms in this level and getting a big boost jumping off of them. All you have to do is, right when you're at the very bottom of the mushroom, just push the jump button and you will jump up. Alright, so we get these, take these guys out. Some of these lines that they say, I have to admit, are pretty funny. They say a lot of different things. And, we'll encounter these minions a lot, so we'll hear as many different things as possible as I'm playing through. Now, what you just saw me get there, that is a voodoo idol, and that is a red doll that when you collect it after you finish the level, get up here, Crash, come on. When you unlock it, you will get you will unlock concept art for the level, and each level has a voodoo idol, so each one you lock will unlock the concept art for that level. So if you're interested in taking a look at the process that went through designing each of these levels, then that is available for you to look at. I don't know if I will show the concept art, because there are several drawings and I don't know if I'd have much to say, but if you guys are willing, or if you're wanting me to, then I will be glad to. Just let me know.
You've collected a Mojo multiplier.
Of course I fall.
For a brief time, you get bonus Mojo whenever you collect some.
So as you heard Aku Aku say, we have a Mojo multiplier, so now every little bit of Mojo we get doesn't, it'll be doubled than what we get if we were just collecting Mojo without it. And I think it's just about to run out. I think they last for about a good 20 seconds, I'd say. So now you see this little swirling vortex here. Push the B button. We will go into what is a Mojo room. These are bonus rooms where you can play a mini game, and you're trying to accomplish that mini game and win a prize. But this first game is called Mojo Madness. Mojo Madness. We're trying to collect 5,000 Mojo before time runs out. This one for a first mission is actually pretty tough. I've been on the fence completing it. When I practice this, but I think we will be again. We'll see. It's going to be close. This is going to be close. I don't think I'm going to make it. Nope, I didn't make it. That one is really, really tough, I have to admit. So, if you don't make it, then no sweat. You will have a chance to try it again. And thankfully, you're spawned back out to the beginning. So there, I guess, for all intents and purposes, our first fail. But let's try again. You would think for the first bonus level and the first level of the entire game that they would give you something easy, but no. When I've actually completed this, I really completed it with like less than a second to spare. That's how crazy difficult this is. So you really just. All I can ask you, all I can give you advice for is to at least just look for the giant Mojo. If you do, that'll certainly get you there a lot faster, and that's exactly what I did, because you see we had 3 seconds left to spare. Don't bother with these boxes. These just contain blue Mojo. Obviously, the mission says to collect green Mojo, so really collecting or hitting or damaging these boxes at this point would be a waste of time. But there you go. Other than that, nothing to it. These crates right here have bombs in it, so once you activate the bomb by attacking them, then just make sure you get away, because you will take damage if you're anywhere near the blast. They will spout out Mojo for you to collect. And hey, you gotta collect Mojo anyway, any chance you get, because there's a lot of different upgrades to this game that we'll get, and I will talk about those as we go along. But for now, let's go ahead and collect our reward for winning the rooms. You will get a Mojo idol, which allows you to replay the bonus room if you wish, and you can collect Mojo from that excess amount of play as often as you want. You will find a bonus room in each level as well. Same thing with the level idols, so it's important that we collect those, and I will make sure to collect every single one. So going forward, let's see if we can cross these gaps with no problem here. I have to admit, I really do love the scenery here. It makes me wish that I could visit Wumpa Island. I kind of wonder, though, what the inspiration was for Naughty Dog when they were originally creating these games. I know Sierra Entertainment was the one who produced these games after they had long since bought the franchise from Naughty Dog. But no, this would be a great place to visit. Alright, these ratnitions really shouldn't be a problem. They're very, very weak. I didn't point that out, but they are the weakest minions of the game. There are some other different minions we will encounter as we go along that are a lot difficult than ratnitions. But thankfully for now, as I almost went off the ledge, thankfully for now, ratnitions are who we will have to deal with. I don't think I've taken a hit yet, and yet I keep collecting the Mocha Fruit. I'm the kind of person who likes to grind and explore and make sure I get, at least search for every nook and cranny. Okay, here's a move that you've seen me do, but I haven't explained it to you yet.
Crash. While in the air,
spin hover.
Press the X button to spin and slow your
like this. Pretty good move to use, especially when crossing wider gaps. That certainly will come in handy. Alright, looks like we can't go anywhere here, but if you spin hover over here, you can grab the ledge and climb up, walk along the ledge. As we jump up, we will encounter another enemy, one that doesn't really serve much purpose in terms of being a distraction. These are spy bots. There's 3 in each level. If you take them out, it will, yeah, I mean, it's important to take them out. Take out all 3 because, as Aku Aku once explained, you will get a reward. Which I'll go ahead and talk about right now, because at this point in time we've kind of gone through a couple of the different explanations. But for the level idol that I was talking about earlier, there's 3 different requirements for getting said idol. One, you have to make sure you take out the number of minions that you will see on the screen once you take out a minion. In this case, for this level, we need to take out 65 Ratnitions. The second thing is the combo king, what you saw earlier. You have to make sure you string a certain number of hits together at once. If you drop the combo at any point in time, then you have to start over, it'll reset. But for this level, it was 15, so that we've already accomplished. And then the third is taking out these spy bots. Here's the second one right here. Pretty plain to see, or plain for the world all to see. Excuse me there for a moment. I think I should have bought a glass of water here because I'm already getting a little bit hoarse, so I won't worry about that much. I'll spare it for now. We're going to have plenty to come across. She's going to be on one island for a while. Alright, looks like there's a crate ahead. I think Aku Aku's ahead, so as we walk forward, we'll trigger another cutscene. And honestly, I don't know what the Ratnitions were trying to do here, but I mean, you look at it, they were, for one moment they were trying to, I don't know what they were doing, they were trying to tug at the crate whatever way, and then the next thing you know, they're trying to attack me. So the reason why I'm running fast, as you can see here, I obtained a free Jack mask, which right now at this point in time doesn't serve much purpose except for letting you move very fast, and you can, as you can see, send minions flying. That's really all they serve, but the real main purpose for them we won't really see until shortly. So, given it some time, we will get to the real usage behind those free Jack masks in a moment. But for now, let's go up to Aku Aku and let's go free him. And I'm sure he'll be happily relieved to see us.
Thank you, Crash. My powers were useless against them. Dark magic is behind these creatures. Strange things are afoot.
Oh?
Yes, I know I don't have feet. Let's just go already.
I like the sound of that. Oh, what the heck is that? Well, much to Crash's dismay, we'll find out soon.
Hold the right trigger to use me to block enemy attack. That's my first goal.
Alright.
So go easy
So
on
what Aku Aku is saying, now we can use him as a shield, and if we hold him, you can, he will block some attacks, but you don't want to obviously hold it for too long, because the shield, I believe, it will decrease in strength, and will eventually break, so we'll spare Aku Aku. And, you know, not hold him out to be a punch bag. Because he's made of wood, and I don't think that would be good for him. Alright, so as we're getting deeper into the core of Wampa Island here, we'll be coming up upon that creature that we just saw previously. So we jump up here, and we will trigger another cutscene. Now this here's our first Titan here, and why these Ratnitions are anywhere near him, I honestly don't know. I mean, they're all under Cortex, but you figure at least if he has a mind of his own that they wouldn't want to get near him. So this next part of the gameplay involves what's called jacking, which is where you stun an enemy and you, in this case, which are these Titans, and you control them by leaping on them. So for the for this first Titan here, we have a spike. We won't give him a chance to attack. You see here he's blocking. You can, I won't show it yet, but you can actually, break Titans who are blocking by using a specific move. But once we've stunned him, after you see all the, you hit him enough times, he will get stunned, and then use Aku Aku, pressing the B button, and you will jack him, and therefore getting control of him. So the other move I wanted to show you, or at least tell you about, was talked about in the stone tablet here.
Crash. Press the Y button or hold the Y
called a rolling kick.
To charge the attack for extra wallop.
And that basically serves as a shield breaker. You saw the Spike blocking. If you catch him blocking, then you can use that move and they will drop their guard. So that's very, very helpful. So for the first Titan of the game, these Spikes really are not the greatest, or at least the strongest of enemies. But I still, for some reason, I still like using them, I think just because of their mobility. And they're still very strong for the first melee characters, or melee Titans of this game. They're very mobile. They have a 3-hit attack combo, is what you're looking at right now. The move you saw before for me to clear those, that barrier, is what's called a special, one of, I guess, is the special move of the Titans. Every Titan has one. You'll see it again because there'll be plenty of opportunities for us to use it. For now, let's beat up on these rat initials. And once we have finished that, we will clear the way and can proceed. But yeah, the Spikes have 2 different moves. The first move you saw, the 3-hit combo, I believe was a. Each of these moves have different names. It's just called a simple claw combo, and so just 3 swipes makes up that. And then the other special you saw was Spike Surprise, and that's the one where, as you saw that other Spike right there, you just push the A button and you will shoot up a bunch of spikes, which are good for clearing. Now, even though this Titan hasn't taken damage, and by the way, Titans can't take damage, there's a damage meter above. The damage meter is represented by the green bar. The purple bar represents their second special. Once you use it, then they have to charge it up again, which will charge in a little bit of time. But as you come across more Titans, you will want to make sure that you make it a point to continue to jack as many different Titans as you can, because that also will play a part in achieving different unlockables. And it's going to be vital. So with us seeing 3 Titans here for the first time as we're nearing the very end of the stage, let's go ahead and attack these guys. Now what you want to do is try to lure one of them away by themselves, and go ahead and try to use your special. Save your second special, in this case. We'll save Spike Surprise for that. Get him close, use Spike Surprise, you'll instantly stun him, and you can go ahead and jack him. Do the same thing for this one. Get him before he strikes you. Use the Spike Surprise, stun him. Try to not get hit by the Spike that hasn't been stunned yet, and get him in control. I'll talk about that container that we just took out. I didn't actually mean to take it out at a time. Unfortunately, I was standing too close. And we've KO'd 65 Titans now, so we have enough for the Minion Master. So we've achieved all 3 requirements to get the level idol. So now all we have to do is take out these Titans without getting hurt. We can, so I got that one. And I'm glad I just jumped out of that one in the nick of time, because that Titan was, that Spike was on his way to being KO'd if I didn't do something quick. It's easy to get ambushed here, so you just want to make sure you keep your distance. Get this one. Only, I think, 1 more barrage of minions to worry about, and then I think we'll be home free. There's a lot of Mojo here. Alright, this should be the last wave and the last Spike to come through here. So that that container you saw here that we got destroyed, it's called a Mojo container. You get a little bit of extra Mojo if you have a Titan in your possession. You just push the B button nearby while you're riding a Jack Titan, and the Titan will go away, but you will instantly break that barrier and collect the Mojo inside. So we are near the very end of the level. I'll just take out this log using Spike Surprise, walk forward, and we have cleared the level. So you can see here, we've achieved the Minion Master, requirement, we got the Spy Bot requirement, and we got the the Combo King requirement. So we got the top level idol, which you can get, in this case is gold. You can either get silver or bronze, or if you're playing a first level for the first time and you don't meet either 3 of the requirements, you get nothing. And then you see your Mojo total. We see we got another new move that I meant to tell you about, called the Old School. I'll tell you about that in a little bit, but here's some of the other collectibles. For taking out a Ratnition, we got the info for Ratnition. We got the concept art from that idol we collected earlier. Here's the Mojo idol, and then here's another idol for taking out a Spike for the first time. So you get a lot in this first level. I know this is a long video, guys, but you normally have long videos, I would think, when you talk about intros and playing the first level of the game. But thankfully, we're done. So before I wrap this up, I'll show you a couple of the other things that we see here. Once you finish the level, you get taken to this menu screen. You have several different idols here for show. I'll show each one here. This first idol, of course, is one that looks like Crash. Here you can take a look at Crash's stats over the course of playing the game. He has a health stat, and a spin time stat, and a slide time stat, all of which can receive upgrades depending on the amount of Mojo you collected. See the upgrades counter there, letting you know how many upgrades we have at the time. We have 4 right now. We will get more as we go along. Our total Mojo counter, as you can see there. This is a stat that I'm not sure why it's in there, but they decided to keep track of it anyways. The time you've spent, I guess, on a Jack Titan. Then there's the number of times you've jacked a Titan, and then there's your game completion percentage right there. So again, we talked about the level idol. If you push on this, you can actually replay the level if you wish. Like I said before with the Mojo idols, if you collect them, you can play the bonus level for each, for that particular level, and collect as much Mojo as you need. Very helpful if you are still looking to collect Mojo for upgrades. The concept art idol for this here will show there. Then for every minion or Titan that you take out, if you encounter it for the first time, these will show up here, and you can view the information. We'll view these real fast. Or you know what? No, I'll save them for the next episode. We'll view them at the end of, or at the start of the next episode. But if you were to take out an enemy, minion or Titan for the first time, you'll see these. And then these two that aren't revealed yet, these are different idols for getting skins for Crash to wear. And these are, requirements come in the form of defeating said minions or Titans. So as you see here, these are the ones that will count for Ratnitions and Spikes. So once you take this many number out, you will get a skin that you can use for Crash, and if you put the skin on Crash, then he will instantly take out whatever enemy he comes across if he's wearing that skin. So that's really all there is to show on the menu screen, and we will see this quite often. But for now, I will, now that we've completed the first level of the game, wrap things up here. We got introduced to many new things, as you can see, and you know, despite what we haven't seen much of right now, I still think we can have fun with what's been given so far. And as we progress, we will see more recognizable characters along with different funny lines that the characters will say. So I hope you guys like what you've seen so far. If you do, let me know, and if not, then let me know. Until next time, or next time rather, we will continue through the Wumpa Islands. We'll start with episode 2 called A Succumbing to Age Story. Until then, I am out, guys. Stay perky.